welcome to another week of vlog on a bike. I'm not sure which week it is, but let's hope it's better than last week. Right, if you saw last week's video, you would have known that it was an absolute shocker, and I put on like 2 kilos or something stupid. The travelling and fast food took its toll on me last week, but this is a different week, and I've decided it really is time to buck my ideas up. I don't want to go out of this year weighing more than I did when I came into it, so I'm gonna have a little push now, because I would like to quite enjoy myself over Christmas food wise, but I've got to be sensible and stop eating bad food. I think that is going to be my ticket to losing weight and ramp up the exercise. It has been dry exercise wise for a few weeks, well probably a month now, just because I've been really busy with a work project. I'm not going to bore you with that because you know it all already, but it's Friday afternoon. I was hoping to try and get down to Old Hill Bike Park today for a couple of hours, because it's actually, despite being grey, it's not windy, which is ideal for Old Hill Bike Park, but I have obviously got a parcel coming today and I don't know what time it's coming, so instead I'm legging it as quick as I can, apart from doing this video obviously, down to the post office so I can be there to receive that, and hopefully don't miss it. But today I'm going for about 6.5 miles. Let's go. So I just went for a big puddle, most of which is now down my crack. Whee! As nice as it is where I get to ride, these paths are starting to get a little bit boring now. Now I'm a bit fitter and I can do some trails and uphills and stuff. This tow path is just a bit boring, if I'm being honest, but it's all I've got around here, I'm afraid, for riding to the post office really. Particularly if I'm strapped for time. Trail centre soon. So the eagle-eyed amongst you who follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, it's blob on a bike, so go and check that out for sure. Anyway, anyone who does follow me might have noticed I did post about 3 weeks ago a picture of a big new bike box. It was indeed new bike week for me about 3 weeks ago, but I've just been too busy to do anything with it. It is out of the box, but I've not ridden it yet. So yeah, stay tuned, because I'll probably reveal what's going on there later on this week. But first I need to get through these big puddles without getting wet. Bit more momentum would be nice, come on. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Let's get back up the hill, shall we? Not too far now. Bit sweaty, but I did get my 6.59 miles. I did want 6.5, so that's all good. So yeah, good start for this week. I wish I could have gone to Old Hill Bike Park, but unfortunately my parcel still hasn't come. I think I do need to employ someone just to sit here and pick up parcels for me when I don't want to be here, because I'd probably get quite a few more miles in if I wasn't sitting around waiting all the time for parcels. Anyway, I'll shut up now. See you later. Bye. It is Saturday morning and this is happening. Family bike ride. We're at Meath Quarry in Devon, and we're going to follow the old Tarka Line Railway towards Great Torrington, but we're probably not going to get that far because it's quite a long way. And Vicky's still getting used to her bicycle. She still doesn't like it because it's not comfy and the gears are hard work, but we are working on that at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to get on and get a few miles in. What's the best thing about cycling?
Keep going. No, going through puddles.
Going through the puddles?
Yeah.
Good skills. What a pleasant place for a bicycle ride. Willard, it's not meant to be raining today, but it is raining a little bit, so we'll all probably be a little bit soggy in the car on the way home, but I don't really care because this is awesome down here. Even Mrs. Blob on a bike enjoying a little bit of off-road action today, so I can definitely see a trip to Howden Forest on the card soon. Actually, it is Mrs. Blob on a Bike's birthday next weekend, and she did say we could do Howden Forest then, so I shall be reminding her that she said that. Go on, Sam, smash it. Gonna enter him in a race soon, I reckon. What's the best thing about cycling? Asked him to do a skid, totally blanked me. Trouble with coming out so early in the morning, sometimes you get caught short, and normally you could just pop in a hedge, but sometimes you just have a little rest and it's too late. Oh. Got to find a way to get that home now. Right, obviously only joking, it's a little Stretch Armstrong type poo toy. Right, Sam has got something he'd like to show you. That is a big poo, isn't it? Having fun there? Nice. Right, we've turned around at about the 3.5 mile stage for a little bit of mild downhill action, because it is pretty much all the way uphill, very gently all the way there. So it should be much easier on the way back. Right, how long have we been trying to catch up with Mummy for?
About 10 minutes.
Unbelievable pace, I can't keep up. I'm knackered. And Sam doesn't stand a chance. She's entered. That was a crap wheelie. Right, who wants to see some off-road action for Mrs. Blob on a Bike? Put your hands up. Oh, Sam does. Right, I do. Just waiting to find somebody to get onto the off-road bit.
Me too.
I think after that little bridge is how you get into it. There's a bit there on the right. I'm going for it. Oh, Mrs. Blob on a Bike is almost in. Try the next one. Get speed up. Yes, it is happening. I definitely saw some air there. Sam still behind? Yeah, there. Oh, look, a bit more off-road action. Yes. Oh, oh. This is as good as it's going to get off-road, I think, this week. Maybe not. Little one-handed track stand with camera. Skills. Right. That's it, full send. The roots send your wheels all over the place, don't they? Nice one. I look like Bjork with that hairdo, I think. Anyway, that is that ride over and done with. It had started raining again. What do you think of that bike ride then, Sam?
Good.
Yeah? What was the best part of that?
When there was a helicopter.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Great one. Right, I'll let you know in a minute how far we went. Okay, so we have finished that ride, and it is telling me I've done 5.3 miles, which is a load of rubbish, because we've done 3.5 miles or 4 miles before we'd even got to the halfway mark. So I've definitely done over 8 miles. So yes, It is Tuesday morning and I am on a bike ride, and not just any old bike ride. I'm not just nipping down the post office. I'm taking a scenic route today. Got a bit of time today, which is the first time in weeks. So whilst the weather's not too bad, I'm going to get up on the cliffs and see what's going on. See how things have changed since I've last been there, because it probably was the tail end of summer last time I was up there. But it's a lovely day. Well, it's not a lovely day, it's grey and overcast, but it is not windy, it is not raining. I will take that any day. Hear me puffing and panting. Well, I have to say, considering I've not really been out my bike a lot lately, my legs are feeling particularly good, surprisingly. But my lungs not so much so, no. That's definitely gone downhill, I think, my breathing capacity. But anyway, my legs seem to be okay. I've got a nice little downhill stretch now. So yeah, let's go to the beach, shall we? So a couple of months ago I decided I didn't want to have wet cold legs this year when I'm out cycling, so I did invest in some trail riding trousers. I think they're Endurers. I don't know which model they are because it was so long ago I bought them. I've just been too busy to wear them or try them, but I will be doing a full review on these trousers, and they're quite nice. Look, I'm sure you can maybe see them there. So I'll be doing a full review on those in the next couple of weeks. And so far, you know, pretty good there, I reckon. Yeah. Still beautiful in winter. Right, let's get over here. It's a bit messy out there today. You've got a full-on onshore breeze, but there's a few brave souls out there catching some little waves anyway. I don't think I've honestly been surfing since about March or April this year. I have to sort my roof rack out to accommodate my surfboard, I think. Right, almost at the post office. So an old lady whose dog was blocking the path, so I had to stop. Nice lady though, I was chatting to her. She asked me if I had an electric bicycle, and I said no. What makes you say that? And she said because I've got big fat tyres, which I have, I guess. But they're all leg powered. Anyway, she was very surprised it wasn't electric, and yeah, gotta say, I am coming around to the idea of an electric bicycle. Okay, so that is that ride done and dusted, and you can see I have managed 8.89 miles, which is quite good, and definitely the longest bicycle ride I've had for a long time, so I'm pleased about that. It's just about time for my lunch, so that's great timing as well. But whilst I've got a couple of minutes, I am going to give you a bicycle reveal. Now, a few weeks ago I did get a new bike, and I also said it's not exactly what you'd be imagining, and I wasn't lying. I haven't got a new mountain bike. I have bought a single speed like city bike. Now, I know you're wondering, why would you do that? You just sold like your Diverge sort of gravelly bike. Well, I never liked riding that because it had drop handlebars. Now, when I started on my new project, which is reflective bicycle safety stickers, you can see I needed a bike to pop them on for photographs. Now, they don't really work too well on a neon yellow bike because that's really bright. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I had to get a new bicycle. I looked for second-hand ones locally. I needed a dark one with a dark frame, preferably with a matte finish, and well, they just didn't come up, or there was some that was scratched and just too expensive anyway for something I'm not going to use. So I had a look online to see what was available, not expecting to find anything at all due to the shortage of bicycles, and I came across this bike from Decathlon. Now, I'm not 100% sure what it's called because I've taken the stickers off it, but it's an Elops, there is still one here actually, Elops Speed 500. And it is a single speed bicycle, basically for cruising around a city, which obviously I don't live in. Ideally somewhere flat with single speed, but also I don't live anywhere near that. So, so I'll have to see how I get on, but I will start using this for my little post office trips when I don't have time to go off road somewhere. It's got riser handlebars on it, so I've got a more upright riding position. And it will just make things a little bit quicker, I guess, sometimes getting to the post office when I'm short on time. And actually, as it happens, we do have a nice matte finish frame, which is dark, so it's excellent for photographs. Reflective products are really difficult to photograph anyway, because your camera is always compensating for the dark and then something really bright in the middle of it. It's like photographing the sun. I have spent hours and hours taking photographs of reflective stickers stuck on this bicycle, and this is where we're at. I have still got a few more photos that I need to take before it gets dirty, but this will be coming into service soon. It will be interesting to see how rim brakes deal with a fat bloke going quite fast. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? It is Thursday. Sadly ran out of time yesterday to get out on my bike, but today I'm making amends. Going on a slightly longer trip today, but still to the post office. Might get a bit muddy. Just like this road, it's covered in mud from some farmer. Nice and slippery. Right, so today I am on the Walesborough Trail in Bude, which is like an off-road path that goes over the fields from the main road, the A39 in Bude, all the way to the seaside. Because there's a lot of tourist places around here. You can walk to the beach without getting killed by a car. Anyway, so I'm just having a little ride up here. It will be very muddy, I'd imagine. It's not actually that bad. It's meant to be an all-weather surface, but the mud has taken over the years, but it's nice to have it. So I'm going to loop back to where I started on the Walesborough Trail and then head down the canal to the post office, because I can't be bothered to ride up that massive hill at Widmouth Bay, to be completely honest. But at least I'm still out here doing some miles. Right, let's get up this little hill, shall we? Oh, slippy. Quick note to self, do not come down this route when you're in a rush to get to the post office due to bogginess. It is slow. It's so hot on this bit. Those of you lucky enough to have 20/40 vision like I do, you'll be able to see the sea just over there. Well, it is the first real boggy ride of the year, and I'm actually quite enjoying it, apart from how slow it is. Okay, so since this has been billed as a new bike week, and I've subsequently let you down with a city bike, sorry about that, thought I'd give you a little bit of an update with what's happening with my old banger. Now, it's always been a great bike, as you know. I've owned this bike since new, so it is 7 years old now, and it's had a fatty driving it for a long time, so it's taken a fair bit of abuse. It's still on the original rims. Most parts of it are original, really, apart from the chain set, tyres, dropper post, handlebars, stem, that kind of thing. So not most of it, but the wheels certainly, I think they've done miraculously well to last that long underneath me. Anyway, so I did contact, I think it's Jungle Products in the UK, the distributor for Santa Cruz bikes, and whilst my bicycle is actually out of its manufacturer's warranty, the lifetime warranty came in a year after I bought mine, so anything from 2015 onwards has a lifetime warranty. Now my frame has started peeling here. You probably can't see it, but the lacquer's peeling, and it's the neon yellow has got like a matte effect now where the peelings come off. It doesn't really bother me, I don't cry about things like that, but since it was an expensive bike when I bought it, I did get in touch with Jungle, and they did offer me a frame on their crash replacement warranty, basically for non-fault issues with the bike that might be out of warranty anyway. So I inquired and got a bit more information about that, and I could have had my pick of any Santa Cruz frame, you know, at a really good price actually, to be fair, but I have decided for the time being not to go down that route, and I'll tell you why. One, I mean, it would be really nice to have a brand new Santa Cruz frame, but none of my bits will fit on it, so the forks won't be long enough. The forks, you know, I was going to go for, I think, a Nomad or something like that with 29er wheels, whatever, but even the other bike, the Bronson or something, has got like a mullet, so a big wheel at the front, small at the back, and all that kind of malarkey. So I would have to buy the frame at a reduced rate, which is great. It doesn't come with a shock, so then I've got to splash out loads of bunts on a shock. Then I'm going to need new forks, and then I'm going to need new wheels, and by the time I've done that, it works out pretty much as the price of buying a brand new bike. So I'm going to soldier on with this bad boy. It is like I did ask them, it is an open-ended warranty, so I haven't got to jump now. If I decide to later date, then I can do. And it's really nice of them to offer, to be honest, because it is out of warranty and they didn't have to. But they do look after people, so good on you, Santa Cruz and Jungle. But for now, I'm going to keep soldiering on with this. When the time's right, I'll start saving up for another bike and get it. If this breaks, of course, then I'll probably go for the thingy and splash out on all the other parts if I can. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this. It is still way more bike than I need. It is way better than I am on a bike. Does that make any sense? It's more bike than I need, basically, and I love it. And it's still lightweight and it's still pretty current, I guess, because at the time it probably was ahead of its time, or bang up to date. So I can't really argue with it, and I love it. So I'm going to keep it for now. Maybe new bike next year or something. Right, that's enough of that. Enough fannying around. You can tell my bike is absolutely caked in mud. My gears are making a funny noise. I'll give it a quick hose down, I think, when I get back. Anyway, had a nice chat with two old ladies who were rambling. I thought they were having a moan about bikes, actually, but they were saying how they'd been surprised not to see so many cyclists around here. Which brings a valid point, actually. When I was on the Isle of Wight last week, the amount of people commuting on their bikes was way, way more than here. I don't know why. It's still quite hilly on parts where I saw them on the Isle of Wight, but I don't know why that would be. But anyway, rambling on about now. Also came across a nice lady with a whippet who was very pleased that I stopped and didn't scare her dog. And she was very pleased to hear about my mum's 11 whippets that she's got. So I do like stopping and having a chat with people. I'm not always in a rush, even though I'm in a rush at the moment. Let's get to this post office, shall we? Hopefully this is a bit drier today. Look at the state of this. There is about a crash a week at this junction. I guarantee there'll be another one today with all this mud on the road. Slippery. Look, the bus just coming out of there doing a drift. Just in case anyone's wondering, I never did find out what those two helicopters were doing last week. So I don't think someone did go over the cliff. Good news. Almost back. Bit knackered, got to be said. That is that ride done and dusted, and I'm very pleased to announce I have done 11.4 miles, which again is the longest bike ride I've done for quite some time. It was pretty hard going in places, very boggy, so I'm certain to have burnt some calories on that one for sure. I'd like to report my new trousers I've been testing. I am bone dry underneath, apart from a little bit of sweat, but my shirt was absolutely caked in mud and soaking wet after that ride, but my underpants, bone dry. Nice. I'm not going to show you that. Apart from that, did get soaking wet muddy feet, but the good news is I always bulk buy Vans socks when they're on offer on their website, because you can never have enough pair of socks, and socks are expensive if you don't buy them in a sale. So I've always got loads of pairs of socks to put on if I get wet feet. Anyway, that's it for today. It is weigh day tomorrow. Let's wait and see what happens. I pray that it is excuse me, I gobbed everywhere then. I pray that it's better than it was last week, because that was rubbish. But tomorrow is a different day. I'll see you then, bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the end of week 44 of Blob on a Bike and my mission to cycle 2,000 miles this year, which we know is not going to happen. But this week has been much better. I've cranked some miles out this week. I think I've been out every day this week, perhaps other than Wednesday when I had to do the school runs. Yeah, I've had a great week, and it really feels good after the probably 4 weeks previously of absolutely minimal riding due to work commitments and all that kind of stuff. But there is more cycling time on the horizon now that I've nearly finished my project. Hopefully be able to tell you all about that next week. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, a few post office visits this week, and also not just quick jimmies down the canal path. I've done some extraneous little routes as well, around the Wellsborough Trail, and also up on the coast path again. So that's been nice, and muddy as well, which I don't really mind so much, but I am going to have an issue. Since I've had my printer, it transpires. It can cause all sorts of issues if you don't keep your humidity under check. And last year I did have some print issues, and it turned out because the humidity was too high in my unit. So I have got an industrial dehumidifier to keep it under check, but I probably can't be having loads of wet cycling clothes hanging around, if you know what I'm saying. So that's going to throw a spanner in the works for wet weather riding, unfortunately. I think going forward, particularly in the winter anyway, it's not so much of an issue in the summer. Yeah, last week's weight was an absolute shocker. 112.9 kilos. I think I haven't weighed that much for about 2 years. Probably, I don't know, I'd have to check it. But anyway, I'm really hoping for a better week this week. I would like to say I have been eating a hell of a lot better. Obviously been doing a lot more exercise. I've even had 2 soup dinners this week, which I never do because, you know, if I want to have liquid, I'll go to the pub or something, or just have a glass of water. But I don't really see soup as a meal. But that's what I've been eating. So if I don't lose any weight this week, I will be angry. And yeah, been eating well other than that. So let's get on with it. 112.9 to beat. I blooming hope I beat it. So 112.9 kilos to beat. I'd better beat it this week. Wish me luck. I will take that. Well, 111.1 kilos means I have lost 1.8 kilos this week, which equates to just over 4 pounds, I think. I'll have to check that, but it's somewhere up there, and that's quite a lot of weight. So I'm really pleased about that. I did pilot on this last week, so I'm glad I've piled it back off again this week. Easy on, easy off, easy off, easy on. So yeah, don't really know where I'm going with that, but yeah, I'm pleased about that. So what's going on with this next week going forward? I'm planning to stick with my healthier eating and more exercise. In fact, I'm planning to go out today. It's too windy, unfortunately, for Old Hill Bike Park. But for some reason, I've got the real urge to go out and get absolutely caked in mud. So I've got somewhere in mind locally, which I've been to once and always said I'd go back to. But we'll have to wait and see. I have got a parcel coming, but I think it's coming really late afternoon. So that might leave me a nice big window to go and get that done. Other than that, got a bit more cycling with the family planned over the weekend. Now, it is my wife's birthday this weekend, and it is a big one. She is going to be 30. Got to be careful here. Yeah, so my wife's 30th birthday, I think it's 30th. So we're possibly going for a bike ride all together at Howden Forest, which will be amazing. My wife is actually up for it, but it depends on the weather and various things like that when there's all 3 of us in the car and all that, whatever. But anyway, hopefully that will happen. Another thing, Paul Burrell keeps liking my pictures on Instagram, which is a little bit weird. Now, anyone in the UK will know that that's Princess Diana's old butler. So it's just a little bit strange. But if you're a keen cyclist, Paul, do get in touch and we shall go for a bike ride. Anyway, if you haven't already done a subscribe, do it now, please. There's a little button down there. Press that and that will help you out. Give us a comment. Let me know how you've got on weight-wise this week and what you've been up to on your bicycle. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up because I like that. Who doesn't like a thumbs up? Anyway, I'll see you next week, hopefully with loads more shredding. Bye.